Okay, so chapter 1, we have the subtopic 1.11, which is ratio and proportions. In this chapter, we have our first question. ABC is an isosceles triangle with side AB, which is equal to side BC. The ratio of angles ABC with the ratio of the angle BAC is equal to 2:5. Find the angle ABC. Okay, as we know, these two sides are equal, which means the angles this one and this one is also equal. So we just denote them with a same variable. So let's say this is x, so this is also x. We are given that ABC, this angle holds the ratio of 2, and BAC, which is this angle, holds the ratio of 5. So x is equal to 5. But we know if this is 5, this is also equal to 5. Now we have to find the angle of ABC. We have to find this angle who has a ratio of 2. Now let's just add the total number of the ratio. So 5 plus 5 plus 2, which is equal to 12. The total ratio is equal to 12, and we know that total angle of a triangle is equal to 180. So let's just cross multiply to find the angle one ratio has. So the total ratio has total angle, and one ratio has how many or how much of the angle. Let's suppose this is x. We just cross multiply 180 with 1 and equate it with 12 multiplied by x. So 12x is equal to 180 times 1. Now we know we just have to divide 180 by 12 to get x. So x is equal to 180 divided by 12, and we get 60. So ratio 1 holds 60-degree angle. And now we have to find an angle which has 2 as a ratio. So 2 times 60 will give our answer. 2 times 60 is equal to 120 degree. So now we know that angle ABC is equal to 120 degrees. Moving on, x is directly proportional to the square of y plus 1. Let's just write this statement. X directly proportional square of y plus 1. This is how you write it. Now instead of this sign of directly proportional, we just write a constant variable which is k. So x is equal to k times y plus 1 whole square. Now we are given with when y is equal to 2, x is equal to 45. We just put these values in this equation. So x is 45 equals k times y is given as 2. So 2 plus 1 whole square. 2 plus 1 is 3, and a square of 3 is equal to 9. So 45 is equal to k times 9. Now 9 will be divided when we move it to this side. So k is equal to 45 divided by 9, which gives us k as 5. Now instead of k in this equation we put 5. So x is equal to 5 times y plus 1 whole square. Now we are given find x when y is equal to 4. Now in the place of y we just put 4. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5 times 5 square is equal to 25. 5 times 25 is equal to 125. So this is the value of x when y is equal to 4. Moving on to the next question. A rope is cut into 3 pieces with the length in ratio 3, ratio 5, ratio 4. The length of the shortest piece of the rope is 180 centimeter. We know from the ratio that which is the shortest piece. So the piece with the ratio 3 is the shortest. So we know that 3 ratio has 180 centimeter of length of the rope. So how much centimeters will 1 ratio hold, which is x, we don't know, and now we have to cross multiply. 3 times x is equal to 180 times 1, so 3x is equal to 180 centimeter. So x is equal to 180 divided by 3, which is equal to 60 centimeter. Now find the length in centimeter of the longest piece. So longest piece is 5 ratios. Okay, so for 1 ratio we get 60. Let's write it here. For 1 ratio we get 60. So how much for 5 ratio? So just multiply 5 with 60, which is equal to 300 centimeters. So this is the length of the longest piece. Now find the total length of rope. So total ratio is equal to 3 plus 5, sorry, 3 ratio 5 ratio 4. The total ratio is 3 plus 5 plus 4 equals 12, and 1 ratio is 60. So 12 times 60, which gives you 720 centimeters. So this is the final answer of total length of the rope. Now in the next question, this is bearing. So the bearing of this from this is 156 centimeter. M, just let's just say this M and L. So M and this is L, and bearing of M from L is equal to 156 degrees. Calculate the bearing of L from M. We are giving the bearing of M from L, and we have to find the bearing of L from M. How to do this? We are given, let's suppose you draw this. One location is M and the other one is L, and we are given a north pole of each thing. Now we always measure the angle in clockwise ratio. So let's just say this angle is equal to 156 degrees, which also means that this angle is also equal to 156 degree. Now we just have to find this total angle up till here, because this is the line which meets M. So we just have 156, as we know this is 156, as we know this is 156, this is also 156, and this is a half line segment which is equal to 180 degree. So final answer will be 180 plus 156, which gives you the final answer of 336 degrees. Moving on a map the distance between Lenton and Ming field is 4.5 centimeter. Let's just say this is M and this is L, and the distance between them is equal to 4.5 centimeter. The actual distance between them is equal to 9 kilometers. Find the scale of the map in the form of 1 ratio n. How to solve this? Firstly, we have 4.5 centimeter ratio with 9 kilometers. Now we know that for 1 centimeter we have to calculate x kilometers. We just cross multiply 4.5 times x equals to 9 times 1, which is equal to 9, but it is kilometers. X is equal to 9 divided by 4.5, which gives you an answer of 2 kilometers. But as the map has distance in centimeters, we have to convert 2 kilometers into centimeters. For that we just have to multiply 100,000 with this. So the final answer will be 1 ratio 2 times 5 zeros. This is the final answer in centimeter, which is given on the map. So if the distance is 4.5 centimeter, the actual distance will be this times centimeters. Okay, the next question says Anna and Ria share some money in the ratio 5 ratio 9. Ria receives 8 more dollar than Anna. So Ria has 4 shares extra, and let's solve this question by writing it down for better clarity. 5 ratio 9. This is Anna, this is Ria's share. Ria has a greater share. How much greater? 4 more ratio. And for those extra ratio, she receives $8 extra or higher or more than Anna. So 4 ratio has $8, which means 1 ratio has how much dollars? $2. Now we have to work out the total money of total money that is shared. So 5 plus 9 is equal to the total share, which is equal to 14 shares. One share is worth of $2 and there are total of 14 share. So 14 times 2 is equal to $28, which is the final answer of this question. Moving on, Tom's pet eats 3 by 5 of a tin of food each day. Tom needs food for his pet for 12 days. Calculate the number of tins of food Tom needs to buy. Okay, let's just calculate it. So in one day, the pet eats 3 by 5 cans of food. So how much can of food will the pet eat in 12 days, which is equal to x? We just cross multiply. 1 times x is equal to x, which is equal to 12 times 3 by 5, and the answer of x is equal to 7.2. But now we just know that zero point 0.2 can is impossible to buy, so we just round up the figure, which is equal to 8. We cannot round it down because this is the exact amount of tin which the pet eats. So 7.2 is impossible to buy, so we have to buy 8 tins of food. So Tom needs to buy 8 tins of food. This is the final answer for this question. The last question for today is Amber and Pablo shares $280 in ratio 2 ratio 5. Work out Pablo's share. So we know that 2 ratio 5, 2 plus 5 is equal to the total ratio, which is equal to 7. So 1 sorry and so 7 ratio, the total ratio holds the total money, which is 280. So how much will 1 ratio hold, which is equal to x? So x times 7, 7x is equal to 280 times 1, which is equal to 280. X is equal to 280 by 7, which is equal to $40. Now we know that Pablo's share is 5 ratio, so 40 times 5, 40 times 5, which gives us the final answer of $200, which is Pablo's share. So this is how you solve this chapter. This is an easy and interesting chapter, and this is how you solve it. Thank you.